بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. In the previous lessons, we had begun the module where we were taking Shaddah with Tanween, and we took Shaddah with two fathas, Shaddah with two kasras, and Shaddah with two dhammas. Inshallah, in this lesson, we'll be building on that, and we will be taking some words where there is a double shaddah. So one of the words or one of the letters has a shaddah, and the letter after that also has a shaddah. Inshallah, we'll be going over that. Before we start, we'll go over some revision, inshallah. So the last lesson we had taken in revision, we had taken the letters in their different forms. Inshallah, today we'll go over the hamzas. Brother Dawood, if you could go to page number 18 in the electronic book, and in the book you have, it should be page number 20. Page 20. Okay, Brother Dawood, please could you explain to us the lesson on Hamza? You'll have to take yourself off mute before that. Bismillah.
Bismillah. This is a short lesson with some explanation of three aspects of, what would you call it?
Hamza.
Okay, no. The three aspects of like pronunciation, right? It's how to pronounce.
Yeah.
So the first one is al-hamza.
It's identifying them first, and then we'll go on to the pronunciation. So let's identify.
Al-hamza is identified by having a small, like an S, a letter S on top or on the bottom of a letter.
And what's
is it only for alif?
So basically your Hamza here, Hamza and Alif are very closely related. Inshallah, we'll see in the next module why on some of the letters we write this Hamza and some of them we don't. Inshallah, that's the next module that we'll take. But what we can say is Hamza and Alif are very closely connected because the sound is the same. They both give an A sound or E sound or U sound, right?
Yes.
Hamza, it can be, you can find it in 6 different places. First, you can find it alone, as you can see on top of the line, or you can find it on top of an alif, or you can find it below an alif, or you can find it sitting on top of a waw, or you can find it just sitting, they call this a kursi, or sitting on a chair, a little, on one of the letters where when you're joining two letters, in between you can find it. You can find it on this alif maqsoora here. So alif maqsoora alone, then you find the hamza on the top. And the pronunciation, according to the haraka, if it's a fatha, it's a, if it's a kasra, it's e, and if it's a dhamma, it's u. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, next one, al-hamza al-mamduda.
Al-hamza al-mamduda. Again, it's a symbol written on top of an alif, and it's meant to tell you that you need to pull the ah sound.
So again, wherever there's hamza and alif, they somehow related. There's some sort of connection. So basically, getting back, al-hamza al-mamduda, you've got an alif and you got this mad on the top. You pull it, as you mentioned, so you pull it a little bit. And then the third lesson is al-alif al-maqsoora. Again, why they call it alif al-maqsoora, even though there's no standing alif written or there's no alif as we know it, because in terms of pronunciation, it's very close. So if you have a word that's got an alif maqsoora at the end, it makes an ah sound. Mustashfa, like that. Qaswa, like that. Is that okay?
Yes. So it's a ya, but not a ya.
Yeah, it's if it's got 2 dots, it's a ya. If it doesn't have 2 dots, alif maqsura.
Okay.
Okay. Then after that, we'll take this module for revision later on, and we move on to today's lesson.
Okay.
Right. So in the previous lessons of this module, we have taken a shadda. We said the shadda with tanween, either 2 dhammas, 2 fathas, or 2 kasras. So for example, here you've got abun. Notice how there's a shadda on the ba, and then this 2 dhammas. Abun, atun, athun, etc. Today's lesson,
Right.
again, builds on what we've taken. They want to show you a word where this word has 2 different letters that both have shadda on them. Before, the words we had taken 1 word, and this 1 word only had 1 shadda somewhere on one of the letters. In this lesson, we're taking the word or a word that has 2 shaddas on some of the letters. Sorry, I put you on mute. Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's start in the same way we were reading the previous lessons. Just you have to be careful to give every letter its right. So we start off. Yuba, yuba, and then it's joined with a ta and a shadda and a kasra. Yubatti, and then ku, yubattiku, and then kunna. Brother Dawud, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So before, when we were taking the letters, when we were reading and breaking them down and then taking them, what we had done is every time you came to something you couldn't read, we said go to the previous letter, or at times we went to the beginning of the whole word. Now, there's a few ways you can read this in terms of breaking it down, but we don't want to confuse or change the way we've been doing it. So what we'll say is that every time you come to this shadda or sukoon and you can't read it, just go to the previous letter and join. So for example, you and then ba, yuba, and then this one here, you can't read it alone, so you'll say batti, yubatti, and then ku, yubatti ku. And then the noon, you can't read it alone, so look at the previous letter, kunna, yubatti kunna. So look at how there's a shadda on the ta, shadda on the noon, yubatti kunna. Next one, lu, ludji. And then the ya, you can't read it alone, ludjiyin. Brother Dawood, let's try, please.
Lu. I didn't hear the last part of your explanation there. Mm-hmm. G.
Sorry.
G.
Right. Lu, and then the jim, you can't read it alone. Ludji. And then if you want to join this jim and the ya, jiyin. All together, ludjiyin. Notice how you're giving every letter that's got a shadda, you're giving it its due, and you're also giving it its haraka. So maybe if you could try with the first word. You'll have to take yourself off mute.
Bismillah. You bati kuna.
One.
You bati.
But one letter at a time.
Okay, you. Ba, but also the way it's ba with a ta, with that sukoon. Well, not like a sukoon. Shadda. You. Ba, ti. Then you have a.
You have to join them. Shadda means you join the previous letter. Yubatti.
Yeah, yubatti. And you have a kaf with, I keep forgetting.
Noon.
And it's with a shadda, so it's kunna.
Kunna. Well done.
Kunna.
And the whole word.
Yubati kunna.
Yubatti kunna.
Yubati kunna.
Well done. One more time. Yubatti kunna.
Yubati kunna.
Why we tell you to, why we mention to break the letters down, to break the word down letter by letter, just in case you're reading, there's nobody there to help you. You can do it by yourself. Just break it down letter by letter, and then you'll be able to do it, inshallah. Next one.
Well, you have a lamb with a kasra.
No.
Dama.
Dama. Alone,
So it's
how do you pronounce
Lu.
Lu? And the next one?
Then you have a Jim
That's
with a shadda.
And?
So it would be Lu G.
Ludji. You join it.
Ludji. Ludji.
Well done.
Then you have a Ya with another shadda with a double.
Yeah. And
So
what does it have below
yin.
the shadda? What is the two kasras?
Two kasra, yeah.
Right.
So it's yin. Lu ji yin. Lu ji yin.
You have to join them. Shadda means you join the previous letter to the current letter. So you're saying Lu ji. You haven't joined the lam and the jim. Lu ji yin. You haven't joined the ya and the jim. You have to join them all together. Lu ji yin.
Lu ji yin.
Luj. Join luj.
Luj. Luj yin.
Slowly with me. Luji.
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 Now you've joined number 1 and 2. Lujiyin. Notice how I'm hanging here and then giving it its tanween.
Lujiyin.
Accent. Well done. Again.
Lujiyin.
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 Again the line.
Yabatikuna.
You need to one letter at a time because then you read it.
Yeah. Yubati kuna. Yubati kuna.
Well done.
Luji.
Luji.
Lujiyin.
Well done.
Lujiyin.
Lujiyin. Accent Khaybar. Please read first the line.
السلام عليكم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مدثر
Previous line.
يبتكن
The one at a time.
أكثر بسم الله يبتكن لجين.
Accent. Next. Muddathiru. Muddathiru. Sayadha. And then Dhakka. Sayadhakkaru. Sayadhakkaru. Khaybar.
مدثر سيدثر سيذكر سيذكر
أحسنت Brother Dawood.
Muda.
Join the dal. Join it. Shadda.
Muda.
أحسنت.
Muda.
And join
Thi.
to the tha.
Mudathi. 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 Mudathiru.
Muddathiru.
Mudathiru.
Excellent. Next one.
We have Sata.
No, ta is the dots are above. It's not above.
Saya. Yep, there it is. Saya.
Join it now to the
Sayatha.
Ahsant. Sayad. Well done.
Sayadha Karu. Sayadha Karu.
Well done. Sayadhakaru. Ahsant. Well done. Excellent. One more time the line.
Muda.
Mudda. You must join. Where there's shadda, you must join the previous.
Muda. Mudaru.
Wait for me. Where there's a shadda, you must join the previous letter to the current letter. Where there's a shadda on top of the dal, you must join the previous letter.
And you pronounce it at the end.
Wait for me. Let me explain it to you, then you can take it. Sometimes when you're quick, then you're missing the lesson. If there's a shadda on the letter, look at the previous letter and join them. So, mudda. Why are we joining mud? Why are we not saying muda? Because there's a shadda on the dal. Because there's a shadda on the dal, we will join the mim and the dal. Mudda. Then the tha has a shadda. So that means we must join the previous letter, which is dal, onto this tha. So dathi, not dathi, dathi. Altogether, muddathi. Ru, muddathiru. Try.
You.
First, muddathiru again.
Pardon me?
First one.
Mudathi. Mudathiru. Mudathiru.
Muddathiru. Next one.
Ya. Sa.
Before ya.
Sa. Ya. Sayatakaru.
Well done. You read them all together, mashallah. Excellent. Break them down for us this time.
Sa. Ya. Then there's a tha with the shadda, and a kaf with the shadda, and then there's a ru without shadda. So sayatakaru. Sayatakaru.
Well done. Sayadhakaru. Ahsant. Next, dhurri. Then join the ra with the ya. Riya. Dhurriyatun. Dhurriyatun. Muzza. Zammi. Muzammilu. Muzammilu. Khaybar.
ذرية مزة زمي مزمل.
Ahsan, Brother Dawood.
Thuriya. Dhuriyatan.
One at a time. One, so you read it correctly. Dhurri. No, join the ra. Dhurri.
Dhuri.
Dhurri.
Dhuriya. Duriyatan.
Why tan?
Pardon me?
What's on top of the ta? Two fathas?
Yes.
No. Again, what's on top of the ta? Two kasras?
Yeah, two kasra. No.
No. What's on
Two
top of
dhamma.
the ta? Two dhammas. How do you pronounce two dhammas?
I'm not sure.
When you told us you like dhamma and you said your name is Dawood. Dawood has a dhamma. Wood. How do you pronounce a dhamma? Ooh.
Like a ooh. Yeah, ooh. Dawood. Yeah. Ooh.
And two dhammas?
Ah, I see. Two dhamma with a
Un.
thun.
Un.
Thun.
So this letter is again. Try this word again.
Thuriya. Thuriyatun. Thuriyatun.
Look at how I'm giving every letter that has a shadda. You have to give it its due. Dhurriyatun, not dhurriyatun. Dhurriyatun. The ra.
Dhuriya.
Dhurri. Say dhurri.
Dhuri.
Dhurri.
Dhuri.
No, you're saying dhuri, not dhuri. Join the and the ra sound. Dhur.
Dhur. Dhur.
Dhur.
Dhur.
Ri.
Dhuri.
No, I only said ri. Ri. Say ri.
Re.
Dhur. Repeat after me. Dhur.
Dhuri.
Only repeat what
Dhur.
I said.
Dhur.
Dhur. Ri. Ri.
I'm
Re.
sorry, you're breaking up.
Ri.
Re.
Dhurri.
Dhuri.
Dhurri.
Dhuri.
Okay. Here you've got a T, and you've got an H,
Yeah, ta.
and you've got two O's.
Oh, that's
Dhu.
good. Thu. Dhuri.
Right. This is what you're saying. We don't want this. We don't want the dhuri. We want dhur and then ri. This, like I told you the last time, this one must have
I see.
ra, and this one must have its own ra. Dhurri.
Yeah. Dhuri.
Dhurri.
Dhuri.
Slowly. Give each one its ra. Dhur.
Dhuri.
Yeah.
Dhuri.
Again.
Dhuri.
Again.
Dhuri.
You're saying correctly. Again.
Dhuri.
Ahsan. A little bit faster. Dhurri.
Dhuri.
Okay, when you're saying it a little bit faster, you're not getting it. Okay, say it a little bit slower, but give them both their ra and try.
Dhuri. Dhuri.
Well, enjoying with the next one.
Dhuri. Yathun. Dhuriyatun.
Tun.
Tun?
Yes. It's a ta, it's not a tha.
Okay.
Dhurriyatun.
Dhuriyatun.
Okay, we need to work on that. Next.
Mu. Muzam. Muzamilu.
Muzammilu. Well done. Again.
Muzamilu.
Muzammilu. Again.
Muzamilu.
Well done. Ya ma. Yama. Yamassa. And then sanna. Yamassanna. يا يش شق يشقق يشقق خيبر
يا ما يما يمس سن يمسن يا يش شق يشقق يشقق
أحسنت هذا داود
يا ما سنا يمسنا
يمسن
يمسنا
أحسنت next one
يا يشق يشقق
قو
قو يشقق
whole word again
يشقق
أحسنت you're reading the whole word correctly you're not breaking it down and I'm worried by the next lesson you would have forgotten it
okay
يشقق أحسنت next
Yasha.
يا
Well, there's ya, sha, but again, it's like if I'm looking at it with the shadda, I have to say yasha, and
Yes.
there's a ka there with the shadda,
Yeah.
so I have to say yashaka
Yeah.
ku.
Yes. So before you didn't say these, you said them together. You said yashaqqaqu. Yashaqqaqu.
Yeah.
No, we want them all.
You,
Yeah.
Okay, but so I say them separately, even though they're saying they're there to say them together to connect them.
You connect them, but I'm saying that is there a difference if I read yashaqqaqu, yashaqqaqu? I've read in 2 steps. Or if I
Okay.
read yasha shaqqa yashaqqaqu yashaqqaqu is about 7 steps. There's the difference.
Okay. All right.
Next. Ya yassa sa'a yassa'adu yassa'adu ya yatta طوى يطوف يطوف خيبر
يا يص صع يصعد يصعد يا يطوى يطوف يطوف
Excellent. If you notice that all these words, almost all of them are from the Quran. If you read them here correctly, inshallah, when you're reading, you'll recite them correctly. Brother Dawood?
Yeah. Yassa.
Well done.
Yassa'adu.
Well done.
Yassa'adu.
Well done. MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Next one.
Yata atha. Yata atha.
Join the. It's a wow. Yattawwa.
Yatawatha.
Ahsant. Read the whole word together one more time.
Yatawatha.
Ahsant. Well done. MashaAllah, I think you've mastered that.
Yatawatha. Yatawatha.
Fa.
Tha. Yeah, the last one is
Ahsant.
tha.
Sorry, I can't. Are you saying fa or fa?
Tha.
Yeah, correct. Next, la u di, and then dilla, la udilla, lanna, la udillanna, hum, la udillannahum. Ata, atamma, أتمه هن أتمهن خيبر
لا ضي ضل لأضلنهم لأضلنهم أتى أتمه أتمهن أتمهن.
Ahsant, Brother Dawood. This is probably the longest word you've seen so far.
Yes, and I missed part of it. So I have
We tried.
ladu, ladu,
Slowly. La. First is la. Okay.
la,
U. U.
u,
Yeah.
la
Can you see
u.
this? Yes. Can you see the hamza with a dhamma?
Yes.
So it's originally written like this. It's got the lam, then it's got an alif with a hamza and a dhamma. So they joined it. They said la.
Yeah.
So la u. Any word, no matter how long it is, 4, 5, 6, as long as you break it down, you'll be able to read it, inshallah.
Okay. And there's a lamb with a shaddah.
Before that, ubad. Did you read the ubad? You with us?
Sort of. La
udi. La udi.
La ubi. Yes.
Right. And now join the ba with the lam. Dilla.
Billa.
Dilla.
Doila.
La udilla.
La udilla.
Ahsant. And now you're joining the lam to the noon. Lanna.
La udilanna.
Ahsant. Hum. Hu. Ha. Hum.
Got a kun on it. So
Are you saying or are you saying hum with a ha?
hum. I don't want to say it too much because it's a ha, the small ha, not a ha.
Ahsant. But we want hu. We don't want hu. لأضلنهم.
La udilannahun. Hum.
So join the ones that have a shadda. لأضلنهم.
La udilannahum.
Well done. One more time.
La udilannahum.
Well done. Next one, last one.
Atahauna.
Mim with a shadda. How do you read mim with
atam?
Right. Now it has a fatha. Atamma.
Atamahuna.
Well done. All together.
Atamahuna.
Ahsant. Well done. And this is probably the most challenging lesson you'll find in the book so far. After that, inshallah, everything is straightforward. And
there's not a lot of words like this in the Quran, are there?
No. These are the main ones. The ones, if you look at most of the examples, you're looking at 90% and above. These words are from the Quran. All the words we've been reading from before this, Sami'a, Daraba, etc. They're all from the Quran. Muddathir, Ya ayyuhal muddathir, sayadhakkaru man yakhsha, dhurriyatan ba'dan ba'd, Muzzammil, Ya ayyuhal muzzammil. Many. In fact, as I mentioned, more than 90% of these words are in the Quran. So it's good to have practice now. Any questions? This was one page, but as you can see, it was a bit of a heavier lesson. Any questions?
I need practice.
I think it would be good if you read, Brother Dawood, this page, if you were able to read it with your wife, inshallah.
Yes.
Try to read, go over it again. And as I mentioned, this is probably one of the more challenging lessons in the book. And after that, inshallah, I think we've covered 80% or more that needs to be covered. The rest that's coming is not really about reading. Rather, it's just knowing some rules. So if it comes in a certain way, you read it this way.
They look
Otherwise,
easier, yeah. They look much
80%,
easier.
yeah. And I was going to write today a little bit.
Okay. Okay, we were on Tha. We're on Tha now.
Yeah.
Okay, Tha.
So do them with columns, huh? Going down.
Yep.
Tha.
Tha with the fatha.
Fatha.
And I'm putting the fatha above the second one down. And it's Tha. Tha. Putting the fatha on the third one down. Tha. Now I'm drawing my own Tha. Putting a fatha. Tha. Tha. Now I have the kasra below the Tha. And it's Thi.
Thi. Well done.
Thi. Now I'm putting it below the second one. Thi. Below the third one. Thi. Now I'm making my Tha. I'm putting the kasra. Thi.
Thi. Well done.
Now I have a dhamma above. So Thu. Thu.
Well done.
Putting a dhamma above the second one. Thu. Above the third one. Thu. Now I'm making a Tha with the dhamma. Thu. Now I have sukoon.
Ahsant. So I
So
think
the first,
in our books, this is supposed to be a tha with a sukoon. So they forgot to put the 3 dots. Instead, they put 2 dots and a sukoon. We need 3 dots and a sukoon.
oh, I've got 3. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. We've only got.
So it's how would you say that then? Tha.
No. We have to get the previous letter. So put any letter before that. Put an alif for the fatha. Ath.
An alif for the
Remember,
fatha?
before it. So you would say
Before
ath. Yeah.
Ath. Okay, alif before. And now I have sukoon, the second one. I put my sukoon. Ath. Third one. I put an alif. Ath. And now I'm making my own tha. Adding sukoon. Putting a little alif there. Ath.
Right, now reading the word.
All right. I have atha. Then I have.
We have the word thaqulat. We have a tha, hu, la, lat. What do you have?
Tha, wu, la, ta.
Ta was sukoon. Look at the previous letter there.
Sukoon.
Join with the previous.
Ta, wu.
Qu.
Ta, qu.
Yeah.
Ta, qu, la. Tu. Thaqulat.
Thaqulat. Ta with a sukoon.
Yeah. Thaqulat. Yeah. Thaqulat.
Sent again.
Now I'm. Now I'm adding my own Thakulat.
Let.
Let.
We want to hear
Let.
that ta sound at the end. Let. Ahsant.
Thakulat.
Excellent. All these examples from the Quran. فَمَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ.
Thakulat.
Well done.
Now we have, it's like ba, but it has a dhamma, so it's a boo.
Yeah.
Buh. Then we have an ain with sukoon.
Bur.
Then we have our tha with kasra, so it's a thi.
Yeah.
Then a ra with
a
a fatha, so it's a ra.
and all together.
Okay, this is the hard part. Let me start off. Boo. Bu'ah. Bu'ah.
No, not ah. There's no fatha. If there's fatha, you say ah. Here it's just sukoon. So bur. We just want the sound to come out. Bur.
Buh. Buh.
Bur. Thira. Bur. Thira.
Buthira.
Bur. Thira.
Buthira.
Accent. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm adding my tha with the kasra. Buthira.
Bur. Thira.
Buthira.
So
I'm adding it again. Buthira. Then I'm drawing it in myself. Buthira. Okay. Now I have a tha with a dhamma. So I have a thu. Then I have a shadda on a meme.
And
Thum.
on top of the
On top of the shadda, we have a fatha.
Ahsant. All together.
Shumi. No, shuma.
Not sheen. Fa. You said it's
Thuma.
fa.
Yeah,
Thumma.
thuma. Thumma.
Give them. Ahsant. The meme has a shadda, so you give it its double. Thumma.
Thumma.
Ahsant.
I'm
So
writing
always
it
remember,
again.
in a rush, always give everyone the
Thumma.
Well done. Well done.
Thumma.
Excellent.
Then the last one, I have a meme with a kasra. So it's me. Then I have a tha with a sukoon.
So how would you join these? Myth. Well done.
Myth. Okay, then I have a ka with a fatha. So it's ka, and it's got an alif.
Alif. So you'll pull it one more. That's going to come in one of the future lessons. You'll say
then I have a lam with a fatha. So it's qala.
Qala. Mithqala.
So mithqala.
Well done. وإن كان مثقال حبة من خردل. Well done. مثقال.
So now I'm drawing in my tha with a sukoon. Mithqala. Mithqala.
Well done.
Drawing in with sukoon. Mithqala. Now the whole thing Mithqala.
Excellent. Well done. Is that the last one in the meaning?
That's the last one on for tha. Yes.
Excellent. You can stop there.
Now we can move on to Jim tomorrow or whatever, inshallah.
Inshallah. Also in the reading, we don't have much left. Inshallah, everything is coming quite straightforward. Always remember practice, practice, practice. If you find that you went over this, if you find you've been over this and you find yourself forgetting, you usually have to go over it again, and you will forget. It's normal, but carry on practicing, and yeah, inshallah, you guys are doing well, mashallah. Inshallah, we'll complete ala khair, and we'll go and finish off the writing also. Any questions? Anybody wants to add anything? Say anything? Muhsin, Khaybar, Brother Dawood. Anybody wants to say anything?
No, Sheikh.
No, Sheikh.
Brother Dawood?
Yeah, I just want to say it was my fault. I had your microphone, I had the sound turned that way down on the pad, and I didn't know it. So it was my fault. I was not hearing you correctly. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I managed to hear you.
Yeah, the sound is up. So no, I'll have to check all that before next lesson, inshallah.
Anybody got anything interesting, anything of benefit they want to share? Khaybar? Muhsin, tell us something interesting, something you've learned in life you found interesting.
I have to think this.
Okay, we'll come back to you now in 2 minutes. Khaybar, anything?
I don't know.
Brother Dawood, anything?
All I can say is that what's been happening lately for me has been about sabr, because my wife and I are trying to schedule an umrah during the very beginning of Ramadan, and they haven't opened up the application yet to be able to make the appointment for it. So we're trying throughout the day and night before we go to sleep to try to see if it's open to book the days that we can, inshallah. Because I don't know what's happening with it. We're just trying to see if we can do it, and I have to be patient because you can't control what's going on with things like that, and you can only just leave it to Allah and keep trying.
You know, and you mentioned an interesting point that what you can't control, it's out of your hands. You do what Allah has put in your control. What's not in your control, then it's not in your control. So there's no point in worrying about it, becoming sad about it. Or, you know, some people go into depression over things that they can't control. This person will small example. I've given somebody a gift, and this person, will they like it? They won't like it. What will they think of me, etc.? You don't control all that. You try to do a good deed. You gave somebody a gift. That's all. Whether they like it, they don't like it. Whether they think that you're giving a gift in order to get something later on in return. That's not in your capacity. So
yes.
You have your intention. You give it, and then you don't worry over what's not in your capacity. Khaybar, we come back to you. Something of benefit. You must
share it.
Huh?
An experience, or
anything. Give us in 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
So a long time ago, when I was in year 11, I was about 16, and it was Tarawih at the masjid, and I wanted to be in the first saf. And now I went quite late. I was like in the 5th, 6th saf, and the masjid is very big. Usually 2,000 people fit in the masjid here. So I was there, and then I was next to the muazzin. The muazzin, he was my taekwondo teacher as well. So the imam, one of the other muazzin, called him to the front, and I was with him. So he told me, "Do you want to go I was like, yeah. Then alhamdulillah, I went to the first saf. Yeah. In the first
MashaAllah.
saf.
What's the lesson you give us from that?
The lesson is if you really want something, you really want it, Allah will facilitate it for you. With means, without means, Allah will facilitate it for you. That Muazzin, that day he came from Umrah as well. Somehow he was next to me, out of all these people. Alhamdulillah.
Well, I do agree with the point where you said that Allah, He can give you things through means, and sometimes, without the means, it happens. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Muhsin, have you thought of something?
Ji Sheikh, actually it was when my Mulana told me to read Salatul Hajat, Salah of difficulty for my exams, and I kept reading them. Alhamdulillah, my exams were made easy, alhamdulillah, and I passed. I got A stars and A's, alhamdulillah. Because of that Salah I read, alhamdulillah, and up to today I keep reading it because it keeps all my situations, alhamdulillah, is taken care of by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Which surah you said?
Salah Hajat, the prayer for difficulty.
Salatul Haja.
Ji, Hajat. I'm not sure about the name.
When Allah tells the messenger, He tells him that وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. We know, O messenger, that whatever they say, the people who don't believe in you, that it makes your chest narrow, basically becomes sad. نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. Then He says, فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَكُنْ مِنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. It's as though He's giving him a cure for this difficulty, sadness, and narrowness. He says, make tasbih, فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَكُنْ مِنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. Be from those who prostrate, i.e., be from those who perform salah. So, in general, salah, bi'idhnillah, it helps a person, especially in difficult situations. That's why, even if you look at the Anbiya, many times something difficult happens, he would read salah. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, إِذَا حَزَبَهُ أَمْرٌ, basically when something came up, he was not sure, he was upset, he was sad, he would read salah. All the Anbiya you find, and they all praised because of the salah they used to read. So it's interesting. Right. And with that, inshallah, we come to an end. I benefited from you guys today. Inshallah, we see you guys tomorrow. Same time. Same time meaning 9 o'clock. Usual time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.